What was President Trump's reaction to you
I'll try to be quick.
supporting the airstrikes on Iran?
I haven't spoken to the president.
What does that say about your relationship?
The president's been, I don't think it says anything, to be honest. Next
You
question.
received nothing from the Americans?
Look, we take a position. Let me just make a clear point. We took a position, not asking for something. We took a position because we view the nuclear threat and the export of terrorism of Iran over decades as one of the gravest threats to international peace and security. And the Americans and the Israelis haven't taken this action in that limited sense. We supported that aspect. That is not a blank check. That is not us participating. That is not us asking for something in exchange for that. None of that is true. That is just a straight up position. Thank you.
Yesterday, Mark Carney secured over $5 billion in deals in India. He arrives in Australia today, where he is invited to address Parliament. Two continents, billions of dollars, signed strategic alliances growing, and then a reporter tried to be clever, corner him, and show that he was weak. What did President Trump do about it? What does that indicate regarding your relationship? It was clear that Canada needed to answer to Washington. However, Carney did not blink. He didn't hedge. He didn't posture. He didn't get defensive. I haven't spoken to the president. He calmly replied after that. He made it abundantly clear, cleans throat. In one response, he completely dismissed the premise Canada took its own position, not transactional, not a blank check, and not seeking permission. It was more than just a press conference. It was a demonstration of sovereign confidence. Carney is signing deals across continents, while others speculate about Trump's reaction, and that contrast is everything. Carney confirmed that over $5 billion in commercial agreements were confirmed in India, a $26 billion uranium supply agreement, strategic energy cooperation, critical minerals partnerships, talent, and AI collaboration. He made it abundantly clear that Canada is diversifying in response to the current state of the world. This is not optics-based diplomacy. This is repositioning the economy.
In India are forging a new strategic partnership in energy, in talent, in innovation, and artificial intelligence. Foundational to this partnership is the new Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, which we aim to conclude this year. We're working fast and already seeing strong results. In India, we secured over $5 billion in commercial agreements that will deepen cooperation between Canadian and Indian businesses, attract investment into our communities, and help double two-way trade to over $70 billion by 2030.
There is no halt or slowdown. Carney emphasized investment, defense, security, critical minerals, artificial intelligence, and the symbolism he will use when he addresses Australia's parliament. From India to Australia, that is not routine. That is recognition of a statesman. Leaders are not casually invited to address parliament. This shows how Canada is being perceived globally, strategic, stable, and reliable.
In the coming 2 days, we will focus on forging new partnerships in investment, defense, security, critical minerals, and artificial intelligence. Australia is a natural partner for Canada in these areas and many, many more, areas that will deliver enormous benefits to both our peoples. I very much look forward to today's meetings with business, to meeting with Prime Minister Albanese and his cabinet tomorrow in Canberra.
Carney was pressed numerous times regarding the conflict with Iran, security tensions with India, and India's foreign interference on Canadian soil. He didn't spiral. He didn't posture. He reiterated his concept of vigilance and engagement, implementation, progress, diversification, and execution. He emphasized that he has reestablished national security cooperation with India, increased resources made structural reforms. The distinction lies in this. While some leaders dominate headlines, Carney dominates implementation, while others escalate rhetoric. He concludes contracts.
That is what we have done. From the moment that we reestablished a dialogue at the leader level with India, almost immediately we had meetings with our national security advisors. They've been followed up on multiple occasions. We've reestablished national security cooperation. We've reestablished defense. We're reestablishing defense cooperation and sharing of information. In the meetings of ministers, including the foreign minister, these issues have been raised. There have been frank discussions, and including in my meetings with Prime Minister Modi, including in Delhi 2 days ago.
The subsequent inquiry did not center on the deals or the $5 billion secured in India or Australia. The reporter inquired about his response. The implication was clear: is Canada still looking south before it moves? Carney didn't blink. I haven't spoken to the president, he said in a calm, direct, and decisive manner. He then made an even more significant addition: Canada took a stand on its own, not a blank check, not transactional, not asking for anything in return. That answer did more than respond the question's presumption that Ottawa would still consult Washington before taking any action was discredited. But here he was on another continent signing billions in deals, making clear that Canada moves on its own timeline. No drama, no escalation, no theatrics, just sovereignty stated as fact. And in that moment, the attempt to corner him backfired. He didn't look pressured. He looked at control. That's the difference.
President Trump's reaction to you supporting the airstrikes on Iran.
I haven't spoken to the president.
What does that say about your relationship?
The president's been, I don't think it says anything, to be honest. Next
You
question.
receive nothing from the Americans?
Look, we take a position. Let me just make a clear point. We took a position, not asking for something. We took a position because we view the nuclear threat and the export of terrorism of Iran over decades as one of the gravest threats to international peace and security. And the Americans and the Israelis haven't taken this action in that limited sense. We supported that aspect. That is not a blank check. That is not us participating. That is not us asking for something in exchange for that. None of that is true. That is just a straight up position. Thank you.
In 48 hours, Carney has secured $5 billion to $6 billion uranium agreement, strategic energy expansion, Australia Parliament address, defense and AI cooperation talks, and no dependency on Washington. Donald Trump may escalate tariffs, but Canada is building leverage. Trump talks about change. Carney signs expansion. Trump exerts influence. Carney creates more partners. This isn't reaction repositioning, is this? Canada is no longer navigating rough waters. It has found new currents, and it is moving fast. If you want a fearless and sharp analysis of how Canada is expanding its economic power while coping with global pressure, it takes place in this location. We dissect the leadership behind the headlines, the leverage behind the deals, and the strategy behind the speeches. Mark Carney is not responding to the situation. He's reshaping Canada's global position in real time, and as alliances expand from India to Australia and beyond. We'll be here tracking every move that impacts Canada's future.